Keep a stiff upper lip to supersize your business. What the heck does that mean? We're going to talk about the idiom today, keep a stiff upper lip, and how you can use that expression to grow and build the business that you want, the business that you want to create. The expression keep a stiff upper lip has been around since the 1800s. It's actually an American expression, but a lot of us think of it and think of the British and their stoic approach to problems and trouble as a visual example of keeping a stiff upper lip. Now, this expression came around because a lot of times when you're in a difficult or challenging situation, you'll show emotion on your face, and often emotion and strong emotion is accompanied with like a twitching upper lip. Now, back in the 1800s, a lot of men wore mustaches, and if your upper lip were to twitch, it was more apparent and it showed up more when you had a mustache. So people would say, hey, buck up, buttercup, have a stiff upper lip, so that you wouldn't be showing emotion, or it was a reminder to be brave in difficult or trying situations. So what does this have to do with our businesses? How does us keeping a stiff upper lip or being calm and stoic in our businesses help us to grow them? Well, number one, it helps us to set the example and lead people through problem solving. Most of our businesses exist to solve a problem or provide a solution for the people that we serve. And if we do that with confidence and, not necessarily professionalism, I'm not exactly the epitome of professionalism these days, but if we do it in a way that increases our ideal customer and client's comfort level and confidence as well, that is an example of leading and having a stiff upper lip. I have had a lot of opportunities in my life to have a stiff upper lip in emergencies. All of us have faced a lot of emergencies at least I have in my career, in my corporate career. I worked in manufacturing. Manufacturing tends to be dangerous, and there's situations where people lose their finger, or people, we actually had a couple of fatalities in the organizations that I worked for throughout my corporate career. And how we as leaders and you as a business owner handle those emergencies in those situations is extremely important in terms of how it appears to the public, how it appears to your employees, how it appears to the success or failure of your organization going forward. As a corporate quality director, manager, and vice president, a lot of times I would have to deal with food safety and recall situations. And in those situations, how you deal with it, and if I were to get all emotional and not handle it well and in a professional, systematic way, the company would lose credibility. And actually, that's put companies out of business when they've had food recalls and they haven't been able to handle it in a smart, professional way. And one of the worst things you can do whenever you're in a troubling or difficult situation is to play the victim and then the blame game. Blame other things outside of yourself for the results that happen. That's my early warning sign. Don't ever do that. If you make a mistake, and we all do in our lives and in our businesses, own up to it and make it right? And you do that with a stiff upper lip by not showing a lot of emotion, just admitting, hey, we screwed up. We made a mistake. I made a mistake. I screwed up. I didn't think this through. I took action before I considered all the consequences, and here's an unexpected consequence and how we're going to make it right. So in emergencies, how we handle them, and having a stiff upper lip is a lot and all about how we handle difficult situations, how we handle difficult people, how we handle letting people go from our organization. Firing people, to me, is one of the most challenging, difficult things that you have to do as a business owner. But when somebody isn't a fit for your organization, you have to get rid of them quickly, and you have to cut that, sew up that wound. Don't keep feeding it or breaking it open by keeping somebody along in your organization that really everybody knows shouldn't be there. Through our physical challenges and any kind of challenges that we face, we can face them as a victim and feel sorry for ourselves and whine and moan and complain and cry, or we can face them head on with a stiff upper lip and just go for the solutions. Found that if I focus on the solutions, problems just kind of seem to disappear because they just don't have the emotional impact that they normally do. So keep a stiff upper lip in emergency situations. Keep a stiff upper lip when you're leading and creating a vision and painting the vision for people. add a little emotion, because if you don't have a strong why and any passion behind what you're doing, it's really hard for people to get behind that mission and vision as well. Keep a stiff upper lip in new situations. Keep a stiff upper lip when you make mistakes, and just make them right. Take responsibility for everything that happens in your organization, because guess what? Ultimately, you are responsible for everything that happens in your organization. That's what happens when you're a CEO and a business owner. Take and have a stiff upper lip and be strong, on the surface at least, in any situation where other people might be negatively impacted by you being overly emotional. So in your relationships, and all business is all about relationships, right? Relationships with our vendors, relationships with our customers, relationships with our coworkers, relationship with our business partners, relationships with the people that provide services for us, our attorneys, our accountants, our everything, right? Our IT people, every person that we come in contact with. And having a stiff upper lip whenever we're getting ourselves in new situations and leading into new situations. We need to make sure that we are appearing like we want to appear when we're when we're doing anything and everything, right? So how do you keep a stiff upper lip in your business? How do you demonstrate to other people that you've got your act together, you know what you're doing, and that they should follow you? Because as the owner of your business, you want people to follow you, right? You want people to be on your team, on your side, and all moving in the same direction. I actually really like this expression. I grew up in a very active family, and there were lots of opportunities physically as well as emotionally and mentally to keep a stiff upper lip. I was a little bit accident prone as a kid, and so I got stitches a lot, and I stepped on a 3-inch nail that went through my foot when they were putting in curb and gutter. Got a 4-inch sliver in my foot that my dad and my uncle operated on my foot. My uncle is a veterinarian, and they had to get this giant sliver out of my foot. We had old hardwood floors in an old 100-year-old house when I was growing up, and so we were always falling out of trees, skinning our knees on bikes, doing all kinds of things where we got to practice having a stiff upper lip and handling emergencies. Anyway, so go out, have an absolutely amazing day if I can help you in any way, or if there's an idiom or a saying that you would love to know the meaning of and how it might apply to your business, ask in the comments below, because I would love to look up what you want to know about. All right, have a great day.